guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and a couple of weeks ago I made a video about my channel slash life updates, kind of letting you guys know like the future of my 2018 and 2019 and 2020 if all goes well. As I've mentioned before on this channel, I love a whole lot of different genres. I love to read in a lot of different genres, which I think is part of the reason why I like to write in so many different genres. And because of that, I'm kind of a fan of becoming what I think I've heard called a hybrid author, which is basically when you're both traditionally published and self or indie published. Some of the genres that I read in I think definitely would fit really well in that traditional publishing mold, but others would definitely not. Like Project Blue, my YA pirate fantasy novel, I definitely want to get traditionally published, but then I have a whole sections of novels and works that I think would be much more suited to indie publishing myself. And so because of that, when I was looking at business decisions that I was going to be making for my writing career, because that's kind of how you have to frame it, is that this is a writing career. If you actively want to be published, either traditionally or indie or self-publishing, you kind of got to think of it like a business, because publishing is a business. So I'm doing everything that I can on the traditional side. I'm actually, starting this week, I'm going to be working on querying. I'm going and writing a synopsis, and oh my gosh. But that is not what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about creating my own small indie business. And for me, again, business decision, I thought it was best to go ahead and open up my own small press, my own small publishing label. One, because I'm not publishing under my own name. And two, because the genres that I write are so varied. Like I want to publish a new adult romance series, and then I'd also at some point in the, you know, however far distant future, I'd love to publish my Scooby-Doo meets Princess Bride story. And that's a horror comedy spoof. So really, I don't know what the spectrum of genres is, but those are pretty far opposite each other. So because of that, it just made business sense to go ahead and open my own small label. That way I can publish under multiple names and one press label, one business. For tax purposes, it would make so much more sense. Getting ISBNs would make so much more sense. Look, all this stuff. It was just clear to me. This may not be as clear for you. So before I hop into the steps that I took to actually make my own small business, which I have done successfully now, I am legit according to the government. I do want to say that you obviously don't have to do this. I think self-publishing can theoretically be as easy as you want to make it. You know, you could just upload a PDF to your website and tell people to go read it there. You know, that's in some ways self-publishing, but obviously I'm hoping to do this in a slightly different way. But this of course is just how I did it. This is in no way business or legal advice or anything like that. So don't come at me. And of course, a big caveat to this is that I'm in the United States and I'm in the state of Texas. Everything about opening your own small business is different by state, by country. Laws are hard. I actually did kind of take the camera along with me along the week of creating my own small business, but I did have some steps and some notes that I took along the way. I have a whole lot of pages. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing is that obviously you need to decide on a name for your press label. I found this to be harder than I thought it was going to be, which is ridiculous because I've always said that I'm terrible at naming things. So if you already know what you want your name to be, this is such a quick step. The main thing that I'll say is that you kind of want people to be able to get what you're going for. So for things like this, you just want to have like blank press, blank publishing, blank books. What are the other ones? Publisher, house, digest if you're looking more at magazines. Anyways, you get my point. One thing I'm also gonna say is that originally I had decided on books, and as I was thinking it through, because even though I've seen several other indie publishers use books as kind of like that last part of their business name, I was thinking if I was looking on a website, I thought at least the name I chose to accompany the books looked like maybe it was part of a series, and I didn't want that to be confusing. I asked a friend about this and they were like, no, that wouldn't be confusing, but ultimately I didn't want to go into making a business and having reservations about it and wishing I would have done something else after I took all of these steps. So I went ahead and changed it to Suntide Press rather than Suntide Books, which is what I had originally. The next obvious step would be to open a Gmail account or any kind of free online emailing account. You're gonna need that for all of the other steps, not the least of which is social media. So anyways, look it up. And of course, within this step one, the whole naming, is that you're gonna wanna make sure that no one else has a name like that in your area. When you go to register this with the government, you're going to file something called the Doing Business As certificate, certification, paperwork, something like that. In Texas, it's called the DBA, and it is on you to check all of the public records for the last like 10 something years to make sure that no one in your county, and ideally no one in your state or country, has the exact same business name as you, or if they do, hopefully it's something that's like so completely different than what you do, it doesn't matter. This is another reason to add on like press or books or publishing to your name it just kind of narrows down the field. I will say that I have an entire list of things, of names and like things that I thought were cool that I was gonna try out to like combine into a name. You guys, there are so many small publishing houses and that's really, really cool, but also I had to get rid of a lot of naming options that I would have liked. I'm really happy with mine, don't get me wrong, but oh my gosh, this took a long time. All right, so I finally picked out a name. I got my P.O. box. Now all I have to do is go and get the key, verify that I am who I say I am, and then we are off to the races. So let's go. If you do the year, you get 1 month free. But before you file the DBA, something that you really should do is get a P.O. box, step 2, and a business phone number, step 3. And you can get a business phone number for free from Google. Again, just open a Gmail account. That really does all of these things for you for free, other than giving Google all of your information, but what is free in this day and age, really? And a reason you want to do this, not only to kind of keep it separate from your personal life, especially if you work for a different company and all sorts of other stuff, is that people actually go and take these DBAs or any kind of paperwork that you file with the government, and they will find your address and they will find your phone number, and they're gonna start spamming you with stuff, and that's really not cool. I listened to several podcasts in preparation of this, and there were a couple people who forgot this step or didn't realize that they needed to do this, so I learned from them. And I will say that I already went back to my P.O. box since opening it like a week ago, and I had some spam in there, so just so you know, I totally advise this if you can do it. All right, I'm about to officially be a business according to the government. I'm gonna go turn my paperwork in. I already have my P.O. box and my business phone number. We're getting there, you guys, we're getting there. All right, so step 1, you got your name, you checked that it was good, no one else was using it, whatever, whatever. Step 2, you got your email account. Step 3, you got a business phone number. Step 4, you got a P.O. box. And of course, part of choosing the name in step 1 was that you checked all of the social media and that no one else was using what you would ideally like to use. If you wanna use social media, of course, this isn't something that you have to do, but it's smart to at least probably grab it. Grab it. And step 4 is the actual filing of the DBA or the assumed name certificate. The lady there actually told me good luck at the end of it. If you go in person, again in the state of Texas, if you go in person, they will actually have a notary at your county clerk's office and they will do that for you so you don't have to pay anything. I'm a fan of doing things as cheaply as I can, and the actual filing fee was $26. I paid in cash and I got a receipt. So definitely the P.O. box was more. And something I learned about the P.O. box was that I went ahead and got a really, really small one, because not only was it less expensive, but also they'll just put a little paper thing in your P.O. box to let you know if you got a package bigger than what they could fit in there. So in my opinion, you don't really need a big one. But that's just me, do what you wanna do. The last super legit step, the one that I think you really, really should do, at least in the US, at least in Texas, caveat, caveat, is go ahead and get an employer identification number. This is going to help you when you file taxes. They can do this for you automatically. You just go online, you click through everything, you tell them what your business is, blah, 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 and that's it. That's it. It's super easy, really fast, and it's going to help you come April, again in the US because that's when we do our taxes. Now, I obviously don't have any experience doing taxes as a business in this capacity, so I will let you guys know when I get to that step how that goes. That's the point of this video. This is only the first part of this journey. And then you can use that EIN, that thing you get from the federal government, to go and open a business bank account or a business credit card if that's something you'd like to do. I did go ahead and open one just because, again, I think it would be so much easier to keep it separate. I found one that has no yearly fee and I pay off all my credit cards on time, so really there's no issues. Do what's best for you. I don't think you necessarily need a business credit card or a business savings account if that's the route you want to go, but I like to keep things separate in my mind from my other personal and business stuff, so there we go. That's what I did. So that is the smallest of first steps in this whole self-publishing, indie publishing journey for me. I have a lot of steps to go, but I'm very excited, and there are tons of wonderful people on AuthorTube that are way more advanced in this than me, so I'm excited to just learn from them and all of the podcasts that have helped me so far. I'll go ahead and link them down below too while I'm thinking about that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below and let me know if you have any questions about kind of setting up your own press, if this is something that you think you would ever want to do, because again, you definitely don't have to do this if you're going to self or indie publish. So let me know, what are your thoughts on opening up your own small press? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon with the new video. Bye! Today is hard, man. Oh my gosh. Man, I have filmed 5 minutes of stuff, and I swear there's only been like 1 minute of content. Ooh, I wanna put, oh my gosh. So of course you're gonna wanna consult your own region's areas, laws. What?